for so long in my training, it's always been like, okay, heavy, heavy straight sets, everything to failure, heavy, and I that is what I believe in. But sometimes when I look at my physique compared to other guys, I feel like a lot of other guys, and I don't know, maybe this could just simply be a genetic thing. It could be the way they eat or the way I don't eat. But a lot of times I feel like a lot of other guys have a lot of roundness, to their physique. Everything's so round. Maybe they don't have the same density or hardness, but they look so much more round than I do. And I'm wondering if maybe it has a little bit to do with the way I train. So I said, maybe I'll start splitting things up a little bit, where maybe even in the same workout, maybe half of the workout I could spend doing something like a giant set where I'm really, really going to engorge the muscle with blood, but then still follow it up with, like, say for example, my quad training. Lately, maybe the past 2 months, I've been doing trisets, where I'll do leg extensions, walking dumbbell lunges, and then hop on the leg press and go to failure. I'll repeat that 3 times, and then I'll still squat as heavy as possible at the end of the workout. Or at the end of the quad workout, rather. And I find it's been working really well. And I'm getting a lot of blood in my quads. I'm not experiencing the same knee pain that I would in the past. And I actually feel like my legs look a bit fuller. So, but they're also staying strong, and they're keeping their density. So I think that's something I'm going to incorporate more in this prep. And I've already started doing it, for example, today in the workout that you saw, I did it for arms. Granted, my arms aren't something that need a ton of attention. They're a little bit overpowering as it is. So, like for example, when we do biceps today, it was incline dumbbell curls, seated cable preacher curls, and then barbell bicep curls. And if I was really focusing on trying to add mass, I'd probably finish it up with like heavy alternating dumbbell curls, or if I was really, really trying to brutalize them. But I can tell you right now, I'm actually going to be, I think, pretty broken down just from that work. I mean, I had a feeling in that workout that I haven't had in a while, just really like super engorged with blood, and it's just like, I think it's a good change from the standard heavy straight sets that I typically do. Over the past probably couple years now, I've at any given point had a consistent training partner. For the past, probably been almost a year now, me and Mark have been training together, and he's a few days out right now from the junior nationals. And a lot of times people will ask me, well, don't you feel like you need to go to a gym where there's people bigger than you, or you need a training partner who's at a higher level than you are, and someone who's bigger than you, stronger than you. And while I could definitely see how that would be beneficial, one of the things that I found is that a lot of times guys who aren't as accomplished are a lot hungrier and they train a lot harder. And I mean, one of the best training partners I ever had was 165 pounds. He was, just will do anything. And that's the thing I like about Mark. I could say, hey, all right, well, we just got done with squats and leg press. You want a deadlift? And he'd be like, okay. And then like, you want a barbell row? He'd be like, okay, fine. So he does anything. Good. All the way down. Yep. Come on, 3, 1, 2, 1. The worst training partner for me is, someone who says, okay, let's do this. Oh, well, I can't do that because it bothers my elbow, or, and I can't do this movement, it bothers my shoulder. And it's like, well, what the fuck, can you do? So I like a training partner who's down for anything. That's how he is. And then one of the things is, in regard to that person, motivating you, Mark isn't quite as far along as I am. So in my mind, when we're training together, I feel like, okay, I especially have to I don't want to say lead the workout, but you know, when we're doing any movement, you know, you talk about, you know, competition amongst training partners. It's in my mind like, all right, geez, I outweigh this kid by X number of pounds, and you know, he's not a pro bodybuilder, so I sure as hell better, you know, try to do better than what he just did, or you know, all that. So you could look at it both ways. You know, do you need someone, you know, bigger and stronger than you, or do you, you know, with any training partner you have, do you just try to live up to what you believe you're capable of, or you know, what you should be doing, which is kind of how I feel. You know, he's been a good training partner. Like I said, he's down for anything. He'll, you know, he always shows up. He's never late. He never has an excuse why he can't train, and that's, you know, that's what you look for in a training partner. there's no shortage of guys out there, you know, who have a great build or who are big and who are strong, but that certainly doesn't guarantee that they're going to be a good training partner. The best training partner is the guy that shows up and, you know, works hard and does whatever it takes. You know, one of the things that you see in the video is at the end of the workout, run upstairs quick and, you know, take a couple progress photos, and that's something I never have done in the past. It's something I should have been doing, so that I could look, you know, say like right now I'm 8 weeks from, you know, the Tampa show. I could look back last year at what I looked like 8 weeks out and say, okay, you know, how do I look, you know, comparatively speaking, which I can't do because I don't have those photos. So this year, working with Chris Aceto, he's asked, you know, a few times a week, you know, we take pictures and send it to him, and you know, because I mean, every time I take a picture of myself and I look at it, I'm always like, you know, I don't know, I'm generally not very impressed with myself. Or if I take a picture, I'm like, all right, you know, I don't see any difference from last week, or you know, whatever. So when I have someone else there who, you know, hasn't seen me all week, is not looking at me, you know, 10 times a day, he sees the photos, he's a little bit better able to, you know, look at it in a different way than me. So that's been working out really well, and I feel like I've been able to, because me, like at this point at 8 weeks out, I would generally be like, okay, I just got to get as lean as possible. And granted, you know, always been conscious about trying to retain as much size and as much muscle as possible, but I probably have the tendency to go a little fast and probably, you know, just be a little heavy on the pedal. So he's there, and I think he's definitely served to kind of, you know, slow me down a bit and give me some, you know, valuable insight. And you know, your mind can begin to, you know, kind of play tricks on you when you're the one in the prep, and having somebody else there definitely serves to take quite a bit of, you know, stress out of it, which is cool. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's definitely been working out well. You know, so far so good.